to the BOREDinDE podcast, and now with your hosts, Uncle Tuck and G-Jones. Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Tuck. Got my co-host Jarrell here, and we got the motherfucking Tim Dogg on the show finally. Dog, man, it's been so long before this is happening, man. I'm glad you got time for us, homie. What's going on?
Hey, what's good? What you good? What's up, Jarrell? How you feeling, man?
Another day in paradise, brother.
Good.
Listen, that's a fact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, first of all, Tuck, thank you so much for having me on your show, man. I really appreciate it. I know it's been a long time coming. I mean, we go way, way back in the friendship and everything. You know,
Yeah.
the DJs and everything. But appreciate the love. I apologize if I look a little tired. I had a busy weekend as always, but you know how it is, man. You know how it is.
Hey, man, no rest for the man that's in demand, you know? I mean, dog, you need
Yeah,
to clone
well-
yourself.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm trying, but it's hard to be real. But we gonna touch base on that in this hour interview. So I'm looking forward to it.
Right. But to start things off, man, for those that may not know, tell us where you from. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, my government name is Tim Bayard. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, born and raised. Southbridge native. The prodigal son comes home because I'm back over here in Southbridge. Been playing for, since I was 13, professionally since 2005. My mentor is the legendary Don Mystic Mac from Philadelphia. He was the one who basically molded the person that you guys see today. I've always had the chops, you know, the DJ and everything was always there, but it was Don Mystic Mac who took me to that business level, because the conversation that I remember having with Mac was a simple one. It was a simple question. I was asking him, I said, hey, I want to know the other side of game business. And he was like, okay, let's go. So after being underneath Don's wing for about 5 years, he made me realize that it was more to just playing records. There was more to it. And he taught me to be not just a DJ. He taught me to be an entertainer. He taught me the marketing side of what we do, the promotional side of what we do, the good, the bad, the ugly, the real ugly, the extreme ugly. And, and he just told me the one thing. He said, man, if you stay humble and stay grounded, you're going to be all right. And here we are 20 years later, and I'm happy with the success. I am. I'll be the first to say I'm proud of myself. I really am. No one else will tell me I'm proud of me. I'll tell myself I'm proud because I've done a lot. I've done a lot.
Hey, man, you got to be proud of you, man. It's like 20 years, huh? Oh, man.
Yeah, Tuck, it's been 20 years, man. I remember since that first time you came down to Pharaoh's, before it was celebrations, you came down to Pharaoh's.
Wow.
And we was talking about it, and we said then, I said, man, I'm going to tell you, the technology is going to change things. And you was like, yeah, you're right. And here we are.
Well, let me ask you this. When did you get started mixing? Actually, you told us about Don Mystic Mac getting you in the business, helping you on the business portion, but I know we got to be way more than 20 years when you first picked up some vinyl.
Oh, man, yeah. For me, it was like every other DJ. We heard Grandmaster Flash on the Wheels of Steel. And just those breaks, you know what I'm saying, those breaks and everything. And I had an aunt that lived in the Bronx. My aunt Button, she lived there. So in the summertime, I would go up there and hang out with my aunt, my cousins. And so one faithful Saturday, she like, don't y'all go down in the park. They down there doing all this stuff. And I'm hearing all this music, this rhythms and everything. And I'm like, I need to go down here and find out what's going on. I'm sorry, I got to go down here. So we snuck out the house. We was bad kids. And we snuck out the house, man. We ran down there. And I'm this kid. I'm 12 years old. And I see, the setups, the big speakers and the turntables and the mixers. And I see the DJs out there just catching these breaks and everything, and just catching. I hear the cats out there rhyming over these breaks, and I'm like, "Yo, that's hot." I I'm like entranced. I'm like asphyxiated. What's going on? And I'm trying to get close, trying to hear it, and I'm hearing the disco and the rhythms, and I'm hearing all these beats. I'm like, yo, so I come home, and I'm like, I want to do this. So what do? I start going through my mom's records. I'm going through my mom's records, and I'm catching the Isley Brothers, and I'm catching the James Browns, and I'm catching the Earth, Wind and Fires, and I'm catching all these beats and everything. And I'm literally scratching up my mom's records. Now, keep in mind, this is when albums, for you youngins that don't know about no albums, this is when your mom had the Tuck. I'm pretty sure you can relate to what I'm going to say. Remember the big component systems that was all in, had everything in it, where it had the rack where you could, the record would come over and drop the next album down and you could play it.
Right. Yeah, that was a fixture in every living room.
Every living room. You open up the cabinet, you put all the 45s down there and all of that. Mm-hmm. I remember catching James Brown's Cold Sweat. Ooh. Just the scratching the beginning of it. Shake it, boom. Damn it. Shake it, boom. Damn it. Man, my mom. Oh man. That was the first. Are we allowed to?
Yes, you are. Yes,
okay, that's why. That was the first major ass whipping I took because I fucked up my mom's brand new James Brown album.
I've been there, bro.
She would have her.
Got ass whippings behind that too.
Man, she would have her friends come over, and they played Pity Pat. Mm-hmm. Again, for you youngins who don't know about that, my mom would have the weekly Pity Pat game over her crib, and I was the DJ. I would go in there and I would play my mom's records. Mm-hmm. So I'm in there playing the Al Greens and the Parliamentdelic and all that stuff. I'm playing all that stuff. In the background, I'm scratching it. Jiggy. My uncle be like, Marion, what that boy in there doing? He fucking up the music. And I'll take that ass whipping. Stop. She smacked me across the back of my head. Cut that bullshit out. I'm like, oh, man. But I felt it. So she knew I knew the music. And then me being a self-taught drummer on top of all of that, had the rhythms all in my head.
Okay.
So, she would be like, this boy into this music. He's into this music. So she made a deal with me. She said, if you earn some of the money to get the mixers and the turntables you want, I'll meet you halfway. I was 13. Wow. I was like, okay. So as a little entrepreneur, what I was doing, I was cutting grass, doing everything I could do to earn this extra money. So there it was. I remember the blizzard. It was a blizzard of 80, 82, 80, somewhere around that area. Mm-hmm. I remember that, man, because, I shoveled snow in South Bridge for a whole week. Earned that money. I bought my first Newmark box mixer, and my mom bought me my turntable. She bought me one. And my uncle, he bought me my other one.
Wow.
And that was it for me, man. I was on my way. So then my stepbrother, Rob Spencer, he's known as DJ Master Rob, he came down. He was like, yo, what you got? I'm like, yo, man, look at this. So he was like, all right, let's work with this. So we started, going to sound of, what was it? Used to be on Market Street, right around 4th and Market. Right as you walk the hill downstairs. What was that? What was it?
Talking about Jack's.
Jack's, there you go. Yes, sir. Yeah, Jarrell, you don't know about that. You don't know about. See, Jack, you don't know about that right there. That's back in the day. You don't know about that.
Only got everything else I was with you on. Okay.
You with me? All right, stay with me now. Stay with me. So we go to Jack's Records, and Tuck, you could appreciate this. We would go in and we would start flipping through the records. Anything that had the Sugar Hill label on it, we brought it.
Got it.
$4.99. That's what it was. $4.99. Anything that had the red label, was it Funk Box? The red label, we was getting anything that had Sugar Hill, Funk Box on it, something like that. We bought it. We was grabbing it because we knew it was gonna be hot. Mm-hmm. you know, and we would always buy 2 of them. We back to back it. We back to
Right.
back it. So I remember studying Grandmaster Flash, Wheels of Steel. I studied that record for like a month.
Hmm.
That's all I had. I had it on a tape, a 60-minute tape, and I just
Wow.
played it. And that's all I did. I just studied it, studied it, studied it, studied it, studied it. And I promised myself I was going to catch that break. But the break that caught me the most, the one I couldn't figure out, was the Apache break from the original Incredible Bongo Brothers.
Man.
That's the beginning of that break. That's the original Apache. And when he would bring that joint back, shake, 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 doop, doop, kaboom, doop, kaboom, doop, 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 shake, 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 doop, doop, kaboom, doop. Man, it took me, I'm going to say, probably about a month, to be honest with you, to actually mirror what Grandmaster Flash did. First house party I ever did, I was 16. I actually performed that whole song, each break, and caught it, each one. I was so hyped. Man, so hyped. And I knew then, I was like, yeah,
That's when you knew
I'm
you
going
was
to be
nice.
all
You
right.
was showing up with the glow. You was ready at that point.
Yeah. I was good then, but I just didn't want to be like a DJ, with the technical aspect of it all, the scratching and everything. Now, that's just not me. For those who've been around me long enough know, I'm not a scratcher. I'm not a crab scratcher. That's just not me. I'm a party DJ.
Right.
I like to see people dancing and having a good time. And just I like to see that aspect of it all. Now, do I respect the DJs doing the crab scratching tech? Of course, naturally.
Yeah.
I respect those cats big time because, especially, and a big shout out to my man DJ Shorty T, right here, Wilmington, Delaware, because Shorty is like, in my eyes, one of the best technical DJs around the area.
Oh,
in his
hands
green
down.
room, I mean, I'll be watching him on his green, and I keep telling him I got to come down in the green room just to hang out with you fellas, just to hang out, and I just love the way that he just could transform, songs. He just does it flawlessly. That's love TJ to death. I really do. That's my boy. Love him to death.
Yeah, we came up in the ranks together. That's my man, 50 grand and everything, boy. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what? Definitely gonna have to try to get him up on the show, man. Definitely.
We do.
Yeah, definitely.
Tim Dogg, you are probably the 3rd or 4th guest we've had on here mention him.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Because Rated R mentioned him.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I think we talked about him with Breako too. When we was talking to Breako.
Hey man, listen. For those who don't know who DJ Shorty T is, that boy by far, I mean, hands down, that boy can go. He can go. And we've done parties together, and and our styles just we clicked. I would do the party stuff, he would do the scratching stuff. And I'm like, yo, I just stand being like amazed, man. Go ahead, do your thing. Just do your thing. And I'd be like a kid in the candy store, like, go ahead, man, do your thing, man. I just want to watch. Do your thing. And he'd be the same way with me, like, dog, man, just do your thing. Man. I'm like, no, man, do you. So it's just that overall respect that we have for each other. I love that boy to death. God knows I do. I really do. I love him to death.
But Tim, let me get into this real quick though. Being a guy that came from the analog background as far as DJing, like where we had to have just, we had 2 turntables, we had mixers, we also had to bring our speakers, we had amps and everything. It wasn't like you just plug into your deck and stuff like that. You had to have amps, and then with all of that, we had to have extra accessories like Radio Shack. We lived in there, like for fuses, for speaker wire, for needles, and all of that.
Yes.
And then, let's not forget about the main aspect. Your transportation. You had to have something big, whether it was a big caravan or just a big ass truck. And you had to have them crates of records. Like you had to really go through and, plan out your whole set, your whole night, because you couldn't carry 30 and 40 crates. You were trying to carry maybe about 4 or 5, depending. And everything, depending on the size and stuff. And I know you remember when you do a party, everybody's there to help you. At the end of the party, you can't get no help to load that car back up. I mean,
Man,
people come out the
here's what I'm
woodworks
gonna
to
tell
help you.
you. Oh yeah, because they want to get in the party for free. That's what it
Right.
was.
Yes.
That's all it was. I mean, you just got to be real with it, man. I mean, but see, we're from that era, whereas, I carried the crates, I carried the speakers, I carried, the bags, the bags of records, all that kind of stuff. But I didn't do it just to get into the party. I did it.
It was education.
I did it.
We was earning our stripes.
I did it because, I wanted to earn my stripes.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go in and be like, hey, you know what? I want to earn my stripes. I want to earn the right to, not to say I want to be a groupie. I'm hanging around this DJ because he's hot or this DJ because he's hot. No, because I want to learn how to actually rock a party from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. For 5 hours straight and not repeat one song. Not repeat one song. And and it's unfortunate that because back in the day, you could play everything. Mm-hmm. You could run a disco set. You could run a house set. You could run underground hip hop. You could run R&B.
Hell, we
you
could
could
play
run reggae.
Jams.
Slow jam, exactly. You could slow the party down and rock a slow jam. Mm-hmm. But you just knew you had to play the right stuff.
Right.
And as Mac told me, play the hits. Mm-hmm. And he'd be like, okay, well, what's the hits? And he'd be like, will you listen to the radio? Like, yeah. Play the top 20 songs on the radio. He'd be like, okay. Then he said, then you throw in some stuff that people don't hear on the radio, but you hear at the parties.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And if you blend all that together, you're going to be fine. So in the early, I'm going to say I'm going to say 86 and 99. That's when I was in the military. So I was, I wasn't here. I was overseas, but I was keeping my, I was right home, making sure everything was cool here. Mm-hmm. That's the era when hip hop exploded. Right. Tuck, you can appreciate that because hip hop was in its infancy in 1979. And everybody thinks the Rapper's Delight was the first hip hop song. No, it wasn't. Fatback Band King Tim III was actually the first rap song. Ooh, that was the first rap song.
Tell him, dog. Tell him.
Okay. So for those who want to know the history, that was the very first rap song ever came out. It's called King Tim III. 6 months later, Sugar Hill Gang came out with Rapper's Delight.
Right.
Okay. So with the evolution of hip hop, then, between 80 and 83, it was in its infancy. Right. They were just getting started. Hip hop started exploding in 86. By the time the summer of 88 came, it
was bananas.
Hands down, the summer of 88 was the best summer for just overall music, not just hip hop. We're talking R&B, rap, everything. The summer of 88, everybody came out. But Tim, you could probably name 5 albums right now that came out in summer of 88.
Yeah, shit. Big Daddy Kane.
One.
Shit. KRS-One, he dropped his, and then
2.
Eric Van Rakim, Public Enemy, EPMD. Remember,
there you
was
go.
Getting compared to Rakim. Yeah.
There you go. And we was all banging it.
DMC dropped that year too. I promise you, Run DMC dropped something then too.
Oh yeah.
Dude, from January to December of 88, like every week somebody was dropping something new. Like literally every week. Now I'm not just saying hip hop. I'm talking R&B too.
Right.
Because New Edition dropped that album. Bobby Brown dropped his album. Oh my God. K-Stage, King of Stage. I'll be sure dropped his joint. You know what I mean? So it just goes on and on and on. But it all revolves back to us, the DJs. Because we were the ones who was playing that music. We had to figure out how to play it now.
Now, Tim, I know you was real quick to like embrace technology and everything, but you gotta admit the technology, as much as we love it and as much as it's convenient and stuff, it took a lot of the luster from people really wanting to learn the craft. Now, how you feel about that?
To be honest with you, it sucks. I'm gonna be real. It sucks. It really does. Technology has. I'm not gonna say ruin because ruin's such a big word.
Hmm.
It has put a stain on it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna say it like that. It's put a stain on technology. You know, if I could go back to my 12s, and I ain't gonna say if I could, I really could if I really wanted to.
Right.
If I could go back to my 12s, I would. You know, but as we got older, I'm 55 years old. I got a bad back. I'm just saying, you know, we embraced technology. We had to embrace. It was either what how Bean said in the movie. You either get down or lay down.
Right.
You
And,
know, so
and
you had to.
I think the technology is good, but like when I say that a lot of these DJs didn't go through the carrying the records just so that the DJ you carrying the records for be like, yo, I need to take a break. You on for 20 minutes or whatever.
Ooh,
They don't know about that. They don't know about going to the record store and getting lost just by just going through the things and like Jackson, Sound of Market and Armands and all of that. They had turntables where you could sit there and play the record. Like if you went there enough, they were cool with you. They'd be like, yo, man, check this out. This just came out and everything. Cause records used to drop on Tuesday and everything.
yes, sir.
And we used to go there and we spent
Amen.
all damn day. All day.
New Music Tuesday,
But
all
these
day
cats,
long, all day long.
these cats, once technology started coming in, even before like, the digital DJs and stuff like that, when music was starting to be digitized, like, you could download it, you got MP3s, you got CDs. I think that took a lot of the, the, the talent of having to go to the record store where you had a limited amount of money, but you had to come out with some hits because you had to have some hits to play at the party so you can get the next gig so you could buy more records. It was a cycle. Like these cats, they just download whatever, it's like everything's
You
available
know,
to them.
well, so hold up. So
Okay.
so here's
Okay,
the thing,
G.
right? Speaking
Mm-hmm.
from this generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
Here's a messed up balance. So, you're right. They don't go to the store and do that kind of work anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to like
Mm-hmm.
when you said listening to the top 20 records, listening to the radio, maybe even grabbing a pencil and writing down what's the ones that they keep playing just to figure out which ones is getting that rotation.
Right.
They don't do that no more
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna go to their app or they're gonna go to the internet and figure out, well, what's the top 20 songs? They're gonna believe in Billboard and live off of that. But in
Right.
the same way that technology took that research away, technology also took the power away from a lot of those DJs to break records. So now, because TikTok is breaking records way more than majority of DJs are able to, just because it's right in their phone. TikTok and Instagram, this is how a lot of people find their music versus being out somewhere. Oh, you dropped that new joint, da 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 da, and
Mm-hmm.
it becoming a thing based off the experience,
Right.
right? So that balance, like, yeah, they don't do that research, but it also don't benefit them as much because they can't even get the love off of breaking the record and kind of like really putting the emphasis on it by running it back 2 or 3 times on the break. Like, oh, y'all hear this? Yeah, you know what I mean? They don't even get that feeling no more.
I feel you on that, but my whole thing is that it seems like it added an element of laziness to it because when
Okay.
we were DJing, you just couldn't take a tax return and spend and get some equipment and be DJing the weekend after. Nah, dog, it was a lot of stuff we had to piece together. Some of us had to buy some used equipment. I mean, some of us stayed at the pawn shop buying amps and speakers and stuff like that because, we ain't had the money like that. But now it's like the threshold to become a DJ has gotten so low that anybody can do it. And I feel what you were saying, G. I truly do. But when you got celebrity DJs that's playing pre-made playlist, that shit fucking sucks. That fucking sucks balls.
Uh,
It really sucks balls because
uh,
like they like and her name just came up like Paris Hilton. She's not a DJ,
Oh
but
man,
she gets top fucking dollar to play a playlist that somebody else made for her, and she just waves her hand. She looks really cute up there, and I'm like, yo, when did
okay.
it become that? When did it become that?
All right. So, all right. My take. And Tuck, you follow me on social media. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. It's my opinion, and I'm entitled. That's first and foremost. Tuck, I agree with you 1,000%. Technology has screwed up the art of being a real DJ. I was talking to a young boy last night, and it's ironic that we're having this conversation because this is what I told him. Like, you know what? You guys do not appreciate the hard work that we put in.
Right. Going
to the record stores, getting the music, getting needles. Everything is now handed to y'all. It's handed to you. Instead, like I told my man, it took me 6 months to literally transfer all my CDs into MP3 into my hard drive so I can start using my program. 6 months. Okay? Now, when we were growing up, like you just said, Tuck, we had to get up on a Saturday morning, get in the car, put gas in your car, go to the record stores, dumpster dive through the records, fingering through the records, stuff, looking at it, looking at the back of it, okay, peeling out, yo, can I hear this? Listen to it. Yeah, all right, okay, yo, put that over there. So you would walk into the record store and walk out with a stack of records like this.
Right.
You would spend the money you made from the party you did the night before on new music.
Right.
Like you said, Tuck, this was a vicious cycle. But it kept you on top of everything because everybody wanted to be the best. Everybody wanted to be number one. But in order to do that, you had to put the work in.
Right.
It's like sports. If you want to go to the NBA, you got to put the work in. If you want to go to NFL, you got to put the work in. Today's generation, and Jarrell, please, there's no disrespect. Please, no disrespect. Today's generation do not want to put in the work in order for them to be successful. They feel like, okay, I got a laptop, I got a controller, I can go to Spotify, I can go to YouTube, and I'm a DJ. No, you're not. You think you're a DJ. Okay? Those two initials, DJ, means something to us. It does, because us OGs, we put the work in. We did. We put the work in. And we're still putting the work in to this day. But the younger generation don't understand it. They don't want to put the work in. They want to go to somebody and be like, okay, let me give you a couple $100 for your hard drive. Nah, you want to appreciate the hard work? Do it yourself.
Right.
Go get the music yourself. Go get it yourself.
Now, I will say this. This is not every DJ in this new generation.
No.
There are some
not every.
that embrace the essence that we had and they go hard for it. It's just like, I had stopped DJing in '92. And then
right, I remember that, yes.
And then me and Jarrell, we got back and was like, you know what, Jarrell wants to start DJing again. So we were doing, the streaming on Twitch and everything, and it was really, really fun. We just kind of backed off it because our schedules is crazy hectic. But I say that to like one of the things I used to always say to Jarrell, and he just sit there scratch his head. I'd be like, yo, with all this technology, why are we hearing the same shit? Like
over.
They can remix. You can remix your own shit, and it's like, it caused me to look at a lot of DJ side eyes, like the ones that are like the top of the game and the ones that you always hear about. They're on the radios and they doing this and this, and I'm like, nigga, you don't even have to remix your own. You don't even have to remix yourself. There's other motherfuckers out there that's remixing shit, but you insist on playing the same shit. Like I said, man,
I get tired of hearing myself. For real. I get tired of hearing myself because I feel like I'm in a box. I'm playing the same stuff over and over and over. And so much music out there. It
And
really
Tim,
is.
you remember the thrill on when you broke something, when you dropped that
Oh,
song and
hell
nobody
yeah.
held, and motherfuckers went bananas, and they was like, "What the fuck?" They went bananas.
I remember when I got Jacko the Bells for real. I remember when I got that joint.
Mm-hmm.
Mac played it at the Atrium. He played the Atrium. I played it at, what did I play it the very next week? Ambrosia. I was over Ambrosia.
Okay.
I was filling in for JB. I was filling in for JB on the Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just got my 2 copies of For Real. Just got it. So you know how it was. I'm mixing in Bustin' Loose. And got right to the break of Bustin' Loose. As soon as I got to the break of Bustin' Loose, I scratched that joint in and dropped it. Man, niggas over at the pool table stop, look. Babes is like, yo. I'm on stage like, yeah. I'm like, yo, DJs are coming over like, yo, what's that? I'm like, yo, Cat was from Chester.
Mm-hmm.
Jacko was from Chester.
Yeah.
Dropped that joint. Everybody hit me up like, yo, where did you get that from? I had 1 copy of it. 1. I got it from Mac. Mac bought 3. He gave me 1. He's like, oh, no, my brother, I'm going to give you this 1. If you want the other one, you got to go get it yourself. You got to go find it.
Right.
It took me a week to go find it. But just the thrill of playing that record before anybody else played it. Mac played it on the radio. I played it live.
Right.
So he played it. No, I'll take that back. He played the radio, then he dropped it to Atrium, and I played it over Ambrosia.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, I had it before other DJs had it. You know, next thing I know, like a week later, you know, everybody's like, yo, where do you get that from? You know, Rand just happened to know, dude. Rand had like a couple hundred copies pressed up. And Rand was selling them from his crib for like, look, because it was such a rare find, Rand was selling that joint for like $30 a copy.
Wow.
A copy.
Those
are the days. And so going back to what we was basically saying, the hard work that we put in and wanting to drop new music. Now, just going into today's music versus yesterday's music. Just my personal opinion. It's garbage. It's just my personal opinion. It's garbage. It's a lot of garbage out there. It really is.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Now there is some stuff that's okay. I mean, really is okay. You know, I'm like, okay, I can rock with that. My grown folks, because I'm a grown folks guy. You know, that's my audience. My audience is grown folks, 40 and up. That's my target audience. You know, I can see some grown folks like, okay, I can. It's cool. But there's a lot of music out there that I personally just feel like, what were they thinking, or what were they doing? What were they doing? I mean, do you not hear what we hear? You know, I mean, so my overall question to them is, and it's funny that I'm saying this is because DJ Mays, shout out to DJ Mays, that's my man, Dave Mays, that's my boy.
Yeah, he good people.
We had a debate per se the other day on Facebook, and it was basically about today's music. And I told him, I said, you know, the question, well, actually, the debate started when he said, so people are coming up to you and doing this now, pushing their phones in your face. And can you play this? And I said, yeah. I said, because my grown folks don't do that. My grown folks don't do that. Kids do that. You know, and I said, just like that, kids do that. You know, so he says, dog, what you mean? I said, yo. So I told him, I said, yo, man, listen, my grown folks audience do not take their cell phones and mush them in my face talking about, can you play this song? You know, they'll respectfully walk up to me and be like, hey, Tim, do you have this song? And if I have it, I'll play it for them. We'll keep it moving. I said, I just did a University of Delaware party down Timothy's about a month ago. And that's exactly what these kids did. Push their phones in my face. Play this. Like, yo, that's disrespectful, first of all.
I'm the conductor.
Second of all, yeah, let me do, if you have requests, by all means, just come over and ask me. His rebuttal was, Well, you play for senior citizens.
Oh wow.
So I said, okay. I said, okay. I said, Dave, you know that I have a grown folks audience. That's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I don't play for children.
Right.
Okay. I'm 55. So I ain't got no business playing for them in the first place. I stay in my position. That's why I have a crew of young DJs that can play for their audience because they know their music.
Right.
I don't know their music. I don't listen to Pop Smoke. Mm-hmm. I don't listen to Roddy Ricch. I don't listen to Travis Scott. The big thing on Facebook the other day was, who is this Travis Scott kid? Anybody over 40 don't even know who this dude is. They don't even know who he is. Mm. You know, I mean, I know who he is because I have a couple of his tracks. Right. I know he's a hot producer. I know he's produced a lot of hot stuff. But the overall question to the maze was, I was like this, okay, so us senior citizens, I guess what? I said, we'll be 65 and still listen to Dougie Fresh's The Show, still listen to Frankie Beverly and Maze. Mm-hmm. 2004, y'all had a 2005, I can't name one artist. 2010, I can't. I'm just being honest, I can't. Now, I know some, Ron Brown with the Pop Champagne and some of the joints that was kind of hot. Mm-hmm. And Jarrell, I know you looking at me crazy, so I know you're looking at me crazy, which is cool. But my whole thing, and I'm going to end the statement like this. Mm-hmm. Today's music has, in my personal opinion, no substance. Mm-hmm. I'm going to end it at that.
Now, I will say this, and I learned this from my younger brothers like Jarrell and a couple other people, is that what's being forced out there and on mainstream, you can sum it up to be garbage, but best believe there is some good shit that just doesn't make that mainstream, because Jarrell hits me with finds almost every other day with something. He was like, yo, check this out. It's just the corporate machine of the record labels and, media, they play what's comfortable. They play what's going to get advertisers spending money. And unfortunately, it's the disposable stuff that we hear. Now, not all, like you said, Tim, not all of it's garbage.
Right.
Because let's keep it real. We had some trash shit in our day too. It's just,
amen to that. Yes, we did.
It's just, the pool was open for everybody. Like, NWA may not get played on the radio, but Public Enemy get played. Run DMC get played. LL get played. Brand Nubians may get played. And hell, to be honest with you, we come from a time that a lot of these radio stations that people loving to death that play, the music we call garbage, they used to have something that was a no rap work day, where they didn't play no rap until after 5
No
o'clock.
rap at all. Yup, you're right about that. You're right about that. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, I remember that myself. I was like they wouldn't play it at all.
Like, let me be petty. Power 99 was the biggest culprit. They was like, we ain't playing no rap, period. Nothing at all. Even the R&B songs that were kind of like merging rap, like, Bobby Brown was famous for wanting to rap on parts of their song.
Cut it out. Take the rap section out. Yep, mm-hmm. They sure would. A
lot of remixes out of here.
Yeah, and that stuff did not start until after 5, and that's when we had the 5 o'clock traffic jam, where they pretty much told us they let the DJ, do his thing, but it was still curtailed by, what was it, a program director? I think that's what they used to call them, where program director,
the most famous one I know is Hella Little. She was program director Power 99 from 1990 to 1999.
Yeah, so it is some good music out there, but you're just not going to find it through the traditional means where we found it. It's just definitely out there. Like I said, Jarrell hit something up and be like, yo, I heard this person on SoundCloud, check this out. Or, I was doing the Pandora mix and this came up, or somebody told me about this on Spotify. So it is good music out there. It's just what we're being told to consume is the disposable garbage. But, we're going to leave that alone because, we here talking about Tim Dogg. So Tim Dogg, getting back to talking about you, You do all sorts of parties. You done did bar mitzvahs. You done did weddings. You done did
Oh
receptions.
man.
You done did baby showers. You done did baby reveal parties. You done did, Bobby got an A on, his math test in second grade. We gonna throw a party. You done did block parties and shit like that.
Did your 50th birthday party?
Right. And I didn't even know that. I walk in, I'm like,
yeah, it was a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. And for Tuck, ladies and gentlemen, what I did for Tuck was because Tuck is a person he likes the underground backpack hip hop. Mm-hmm. So just for Tuck, I played all his favorites.
Yeah.
And stuff he didn't even think I knew he liked. And to sit there and watch him sit over there and vibe, he was like, he was just vibing the whole night. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if he could have had a cigar and a glass of bourbon, he'd have been good. He'd been good.
Man.
He was vibing. He came up to me, he's like, dog, thank you so much. I'm like, yo, man, this was our era. This was good. And it's rare I get a chance to play good music like that. Play some classic underground hip hop. I played joint UMCs for him. He was over like this.
Ooh,
okay,
man.
yeah. Can you give me a bottle of water, please?
Yeah.
I was like, so it was a good look. But yeah, for me, I just wrapped up my 2021 wedding tour.
Mm-hmm.
Did my last one yesterday. Thank you, man.
Okay.
So I just finished that up. Getting ready to do the holiday tour. I got the City of Wilmington's employees Christmas party coming up.
Okay.
Just copped the contract to provide entertainment for the Wilmington Blue Rocks next summer. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Oh, that's what's
really excited about that. Thank you. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to bringing a different element of entertainment to baseball stadium. Folks coming in and listening to music in between innings and having some fun. Just renewed the contract for the Riverfront too. So I'll be doing more events out there next summer. So 2022 is going to be a good year.
So I went through that little rant to ask you, is there any particular type of party you love doing? And if we go to one extreme, like the one you love doing, we gotta go to the extreme that you like not a fan of and everything.
For me, I like the clients who hit me up and say, Tim, I want classic old school. Give me that classic old school, take me back to the 80s and 90s. Give me that. I'm like, okay, and then that way I can dig into the crates per se. Okay. I can dig into the crates. And usually I just try to find the classics that we all enjoy, early Eric B. and Rakim, early Public Enemy, some Steady B. Can't play too much Steady B because due to the fact that, he's still got the situation in Philly. So I kind of sort of stay away from that. But, I enjoy those. Now, the parties I don't like are the ones where they say they want me to play the new stuff, which is fine. I got no problem. Again, got no problem playing it. But when I play it, they don't move. They just sitting there like, I'm like, well, this is what you want me to play.
Right.
I'm like, I'm just going by what you told me. I ask you, what would you like for me to play for you? You're like, oh, I want to hear this. I want to hear that. I'm like, okay. So I'm playing it, and I'm surveying the audience, and I'm looking around, and like nobody's moving. I'm like, this is what you wanted to hear, and then guess what? It reverts back to same old. It's right back to the same old. So yeah, that gets a little frustrating, to be honest with you. But as an entertainer, you got to play for the audience. It's like a singer that's being on tour. If you're going to be on tour doing 54 shows, you're going to play the same stuff for 54 nights. Yeah. It's going to be the same stuff. It's going to be the same set list, same thing. It's going to be the same thing.
Right. Now, one thing I could tell you that I learned by, being at events that you do and everything is that Tim Dogg, you definitely for the people, but you also don't do what I like to call as a cop-out. Like, a cop-out to me is when the DJ really doesn't have bodies on the floor. People, they're into their own little conversations. They're at the bar, but it doesn't look like we're at a party. The cop-out is when somebody goes and throws a line dance song on. Tim does that at a request of who's ever doing a party, but I seen Tim keep the party going by bringing, the nostalgia cuts and blending them with something new and giving us, them nice little eargasms. Like, I'm not a fan of the cop out, but I know a lot of
Yeah.
DJs, the line dancers is their go to. If they fucking up and they don't have people on the floor, or let me throw a line dance
There it is.
on and I get them on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying just because I personally don't like line dance songs. I think they're a good thing because it gets a lot of people into it and active and gets people going. But that shouldn't be the main arsenal in your toolbox. That should just be something like, oh, I'm doing this because that's what the party's asking for and everything. And I love how
You're
you
right.
do that. And also another
Now,
thing
now,
that another thing that I love that you do is that you have no problem acknowledging other people who might be at the event. Like, let's say somebody, opened up a business, you shouting them out, or somebody, just got married or something, you shouting them out. Cause I remember we was down Timothy's and it was a wedding reception that was going on and they had nothing to do with us. And Tim was like, hold on, man, we gonna work something out. Cause this is a happy day for him and stuff. And he had the couple come up there and they found out what song they wanted and stuff. And the thing about it, everybody in the party flowed lovely because Tim has entertained us all night long up until that point. And it was like, it's just whatever. So that I do love about you. I do love that about
well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I really do. I try to incorporate, everything. I don't want to single anybody out. I don't want to single any, genre out. And I will be honest and say there have been times where I've done parties and I'm playing some good music and I'm looking around and people just they vibing, but they look like I'm like, okay, what can I do to get y'all up on the dance floor without having to play this line dance? To be honest with you, what can I do? So I will do everything in my power not to play a line dance song. I really will. I mean, like I remember I was what was I at? I did this one gig and I promised myself on the way to the gig. I said, you know what, dog? I'm not playing no line dance tonight. None. Not one line dance song. I'm not gonna do it. And I said, and I promised myself I wasn't gonna play Before I Let Go. There it was. Those two songs. That line dance and Before I Let Go. Wasn't playing it. I promised myself wasn't doing it. Get to the party, I'm steadfast. I'm like, not doing it. So I come in, start the vibe out, everybody's feeling it, going to the two-step, just keeping it moving. I'm just going around everything. I get right to the end of the gig. Party over. I'm on the mic thinking everybody coming out. Girl walked up to me and this is exactly what she said. She said, I just want to say thank you for not playing any line dance and not playing Frankie Beverly and Maze and keeping this party going. I was like, you know what? I appreciate that because that was my goal tonight. My goal tonight was not to play no line dance and I wasn't playing Frankie Beverly and Maze. I just wasn't doing it. And I got away with it. But yeah, most DJs, let me take that back. Let me rephrase that. Some DJs know that if you can't get nobody partying, they're just not feeling you, drop a line dance song. There it is. There's your fail safe.
Right.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's where it is right now. Unfortunately, that's where we are right now. I mean, because I've done parties like that. I'll be honest with you. I've done parties where I've been playing for like 2 hours straight bangers, people, stuff that I know people who used to be partying. They should look at me like I'm crazy, but they sitting there just waiting. As soon as they hear, man, same old two-step, same old two, here they come. Boom.
Now, Tim, this has been a great interview, but I got a couple more questions to get out and everything like that, so I'm gonna have to hit them with you in rapid succession.
Yes, sir.
Being the people's DJ, who's your favorite DJ? Like when you're not at work and you're, because it's rarely that you're not at work, but on the rare occasions that you're not at work and you get invited to a party or something, who's the DJ you like to attend to and check out?
Smooth.
Okay.
DJ Smooth. KG.
Okay.
DJ Cousin Pete.
Okay.
Jamar. Definitely Rated R. Oh, I miss Randy. That's my man. Of course, Shorty T. And who else would I put on that list? What I put on that list? Oh, my man Gordy. Gordy used to do he used to do his version of Grown Folks Friday up in Chester.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the cats that I can. If I wasn't working, they doing a party. Those are the cats I sit there and just vibe with. Like I know Smooth plays around the Casbar right around the corner from me. There's a little karaoke night around there. But usually I'm coming off work. I'm like, you know what? I'd have catch Smooth another time.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've been a couple Smooths for.
Yeah, you popped in there on me a couple times, like, yo, man, hey, I'm tired, but I seen you was here. What's up, man? Let me get a drink on, pay for it.
Yeah, he's coming to say, yeah, so, but I've been to a couple of parties that Smooth's done. I'm sat there with like this, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just have my Heineken and be like, yeah. Just be vibing with him, like, yeah.
We just had Smooth on here, too.
Yeah, that's my boy. He's good. He's good peoples. He's good peoples.
Now,
quick question, really quick. Just curious. Better party DJ, Kid Capri, D Nice.
Kid Capri.
Just checking. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always that G question that comes up, but he always has a method to his madness, and that's why I love him, man. That's why he's here and everything. Now,
like my man said, that's.
Now, like I said, I got a couple other questions I want to hit you up, but we definitely wanted to ask you about the Grazing in the Grass event.
Yes.
We definitely wanted to talk about that real quick.
Okay, well, real quick, Grazing in the Grass was an event that was actually put on by the city of Wilmington. I was very, very honored to have been a part of that summer tour. We had a lot of fun. We traveled all. We did our parties in the park, all through the parks of the city of Wilmington. Mm-hmm. A big shout out to the City of Parks and Recreation for allowing me to be a part of that. We're looking forward to doing it again next summer. And the highlight for me was when they surprised me and had my billboard up there. That was very humbling. It really was. It was very humbling.
Yeah, especially to be riding through town and be like, oh, look at this. Okay, that's what's
up. I was coming down Spruce Street and I'm like, hey, that's me. But I appreciate that. So big up I just hope everybody had a good time at the Grazing in the Grass events that we put on. Shout out my man Rick Lewis for Megatron Sounds for making me sound really, really well. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Megatron Sounds, they do good. They do good sound when the city hires them and everything like that. Real good. Mm-hmm. Real good. Mm-hmm. And another thing that we always ask, a working professional and everything, if somebody was to come to you and ask, how can I start? How can I be like you? How can I start DJing and everything? What 3 points of advice would you give them?
The first advice would be study. Mm-hmm. Study what study. The second thing would be who's your target audience? Mm-hmm. Okay, who's your target audience? And then the third thing, ask yourself a simple question, because this is what I did. Do you want to stand out from the crowd or be a part of the crowd?
Okay.
Now, what I mean by that is when you stand out, then you're going to be different from everybody else. Mm-hmm. My standout was when I turned 40, I reinvented myself. I started wearing suit and ties to all my gigs.
Okay.
So I made it business. Mm-hmm. I came to work. My whole mindset was, I'm not just a DJ. I'm here to entertain you. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be business. This is business to me. Right. So I started wearing suits and ties to all my events. I didn't care what it was. Baby shower. See, I didn't care what it was. Suit and tie. So when people started hiring me, they was like, yo, this guy is professional. Mm-hmm. He's suit, tie, his gear looks professional. Not one speaker looking like this and one speaker looking like that. Mm-hmm. Everything I did was professional.
Cool.
And that resonated with my brand becoming more, mainstream. The talent was there. But market yourself, just like we're doing right now. You have to market yourself.
And I remember that transition too.
Mm-hmm. You have to market yourself, man. Yeah, you have to market yourself, because if you think about it, Tuck, how many parties you've gone to Just ask yourself, and G, ask yourself the same question. How many parties you guys were going to? You checked the DJ and you checked out what he had on.
Especially if I had to get dressed up, I was definitely checking out what he had on.
Exactly. You want to see, because we set the trend, we set the tone. Mm-hmm. You know. Now, as I fast forward to all the events that I'm promoting and marketing, I set the tone.
Right.
You know. So if the party is under DJ Tim Dogg Entertainment, and everybody's used to me being in suit and tie, guess what? I'm gonna be in a suit and tie.
Right.
Because they know if Tim's gonna be in a suit and tie, then maybe we should be dressed up too. I'm not asking y'all to be in a suit and tie, but at least be casual.
Right.
You know. But I set the tone, and we go from there. So I tell all up and coming DJs, listen, brand yourself. Okay, be a walking billboard, because this market around here, in this area around here, everybody wants to be a DJ. But if you want to stand away from the crowd, you have to come up with a whole new way of marketing and branding yourself. Mm-hmm. Because when you walk out that door, you become that other person. Like, it drives my girl crazy because I tell her, when I walk outside, I'm not just Tim. I'm DJ Tim Dogg. I'm a walking billboard. Everybody knows me as DJ Tim Dogg. So when I go down Timothy's and sit down and try to watch my Eagles play, and I hope we win today, thank God. But when I go down there, I'm not Tim. I'm DJ Tim Dogg.
Right.
So just brand yourself. That's all. And you guys, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Another question I had to ask, and we asked Rated R this, and Rated R kind of blew my mind when you came up with it. But what's your go-to song guaranteed to get the party started for Rated R? What was it? Flip Side? It was Flip Side, right? Flip Side.
Yes, it was.
He said that's his one. Like, he he goes into the zone and stuff. What's Tim Dogg's cut that be like, you know what? I'm guaranteed to get this party started. Let me just go ahead, boom, hit him with it.
Joe Budden's Pump It Up.
Okay.
That's my dope.
Right.
The first time I heard Joe Budden's drop that joint, I was like, yo. I was like, yeah. That's for me right there. If you hear me play that joint, I'm going to go. I'm great. I got you where I want you. Now I'm going to take you someplace else. And I'll go from Joe Budden's and P. Diddy's Hello, Good Morning.
Okay.
Yeah, that breakdown. That break.
Sweat on the walls.
Dude, that break is fire. I remember doing the first time I heard Hello, Good Morning, I was doing, I don't know, Tuck, if you remember Tracy Lynn Jewelry?
Yes.
Remember
we talked.
I used to be
travel for them.
Right. I was traveling her. I was her DJ. Mm-hmm. We did. She called them launches. We used to do it at a Chase Center. Hello, Good Morning came out in 2012, 13. Mm-hmm. Launches started at 8 o'clock in the morning. I would build up to Hello, Good Morning because it was basically saying that. Hello, good morning to all these ladies. I got 3,000 ladies in here.
Ooh, yeah.
They going crazy. I'm playing Hello, Good Morning. When that break come in, all I would see is women doing this. Partying. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. They partying.
Right. That's what's up. Now, Tim.
So, those two for me, yeah.
Before we go out and everything, I just need you to tell people how they can find you, how they can, reach you if they need a party done and everything. And want it done by a professional.
Yep. Well, of course, I'm on Facebook. Everybody knows that's probably the easiest way to find me on Facebook. You can find me in my government name, Tim Bayard, or my mother page, DJ Tim Dogg. You can find me on Twitter at Tim Dogg 418, Instagram, DJ Tim Dogg 418. Shout out to my sponsors. Timothy's on the Riverfront. Two Claws, located Price's Corner. I'm actually there. Shameless plug. I'm actually there for Black Friday. November 26th, come on, $25 all-you-can-eat buffet, seafood buffet. Come on through, have a good time with us, grown folk style. Shout out to my manager, Dave Coker, Dave Mark Incorporated. We're going to be doing some things down there. Okay. Shout out to my other sponsor, Taste of New York, down in Smyrna, Delaware, Goldie. Looking forward to going back down there on the 19th, next Friday. And shout out to my man DJ Trip also, who's going to be filling in for me for a little while I go on this holiday tour that I'm getting ready to do. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's ever took the time out to hire me to do an event for them, took the time out to spend their hard-earned money, come to an event that I did. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, because there would be no DJ Tim Dogg without you guys. So I truly, truly appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And like I said, hey, if there's something you need, any DJ, anybody out there who needs just some advice or anything of that nature, if I can pay it forward, by all means, inbox me. I'm the easiest person in the world to find. Inbox me. Got questions? I'm a walking encyclopedia. I always have a saying. I can tell you what you want to hear, or I can tell you the truth.
Woo. That's what's up. Now, Tim Dogg, before we cut out, at the end of every broadcast, we let G Dash go crazy, because he does spoken word. He's a poet. He's an author. He's a published author, and everything like that.
Okay.
So, what we do, we ask our guests to give a word to G, and he'll incorporate that into a poem. So, out of our conversation today, what would be your word to give to G to do his poem?
Professionalism.
Okay, G, you got that?
Professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Shouts out BOREDinDE podcast. We're here. DJ Tim Dogg. Thank you for joining us. I'm G Dash, of course, my man Big Tuck. All right. And Day by Day, Volume 1, The Willing. The book is available everywhere. Go ahead. DEXDE.net. All right. And the word is professionalism. So I'm thinking people don't recognize how they carry themselves and don't realize that they are a brand. I'm thinking most of the time they can look in the mirror, but they don't understand what they're staring at or what they can impact. See, people can be too selfish to realize that they need to be a little bit more selfless in order to achieve what they need to achieve. Let me digress. See, they think it's all about how they can supposedly impress that little small circle. The view is big. The view is wide. I need you to look far. See, right now, I need you to decide, how do you want to be perceived? How do you want people to feel about you after you leave? How do you want them to feel when they shake your hand and they walk away like, once again, I will do business with this man? It's about, are you willing to do the work in? Are you willing to understand what the industry standards are so you don't lost in the darkness? See, I'm just asking you to focus. I'm just asking you to know that when people are spending their hard-earned cash, to make sure that you do everything you can to make sure they enjoy that dash, that they enjoy that time, that how you define how you spend your time and the work that you put into your craft will outlast, because that's what memories do. And that's what you're creating every time you do what you do. So please make sure that you remain professional.
Oh, man, that's what's up.
My man. Appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, again, I'd like to thank my co-host, Jarrell, for, coming out, and our special guest, DJ Tim Dogg, longtime friend. And I'm a longtime fan. I love to hear this brother play. This brother definitely entertains. And plus, because I know him, he'll slide something in there for me. Like, I remember when that Chem came out, he was like, yo, Big Tuck, I got you. I know that's your song. I got you. And plus, he hit me with my theme song when I came into my 50th birthday party. I didn't even know. Anybody that knows me knows that Neo Champagne Life, that's my theme song. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I play that, my mood changes. If I'm ready to go out with the girl and I'm getting all fresh to death, I'm playing that. That's my motivation song. You remember we used to have those back in the day, like, I'm great to go to the bar. You got the one song we spraying your Jakar Cologne or your Eternity or whatever.
Yes, sir.
And you got the song on repeat to get you hyped up. So I appreciate that. Tim, love you, fam. Thank you for hanging out with us here on BOREDinDE. And what's up, Jay?
I just want to acknowledge, Tuck, you came a long way. Because your song to get ready to go used to be Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube.
Yes.
And Snoop Dogg. I'm just glad Ice Cube not great. I'm just glad you made it from that. Yeah. Right? Because that tells you what was happening after he went out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about those was the songs he was listening to get ready, Champagne Life, he was having a more enjoyable time after he leaves. Natural Born Killers, everybody ain't make it after he left. That's all.
Oh man.
Oh man. Man, well, we've come a long way, brother.
Yes,
we've come
yes.
a long way.
And I appreciate you, bro. I wish you nothing but the best, much good fortune to you
Thank
and
you.
your company and everything. And again,
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
we're so humbled here at BOREDinDE that you came on with us, man. Appreciate that. Until next time, folks, you can check us out. But if you haven't already, definitely check out the website, www.BOREDinDE. On social media, we're all over the place at the BOREDinDE. And the podcast gets dropped every Thursday. We're on season 3. The new episode drops this Thursday. Can't wait. Until next time, everybody. Peace.
See y'all later. Peace.
The BOREDinDE podcast is brought to you by Lindsay Epps Media, LLC.